My brother got my wife pregnant, so I erased every single one of them. No fights. No goodbyes. No closure. Just a silence so loud it destroyed them from the inside. I found out my wife was pregnant with my brother's baby 3 days after I called everyone I knew to celebrate. 3 days after I posted on social media. 3 days after I started looking at cribs. 3 days after I thought my life was finally coming together. They sat me down in my living room. My living room. My house. My furniture that I paid for. And told me the baby wasn't mine. It was Jake's. My younger brother. The one I'd been supporting for 4 months. The one sleeping in my guest room. The one eating my food and drinking my beer while I worked 60-hour weeks. 2 months, they said. They'd been sleeping together for 2 months. In my house. In my bed. While I paid for everything. We fell in love, Lisa said. Like that made it okay. Like that explained destroying me. I didn't yell. Didn't cry. Didn't beg. Just told them to get out. 1 hour. Then I was calling the cops. That was the last time I spoke to either of them. What they didn't know was that conversation ended more than just my marriage. It ended my entire family. Every single person who chose their side. Every person who told me to forgive. Every person who said I was overreacting. Gone. All of them. Erased like they never existed. This is the story of how one conversation destroyed 15 relationships. How silence became my weapon. How I built a new life from the ashes of betrayal. And how 5 years later, they're still trying to reach me. Still begging. Still not understanding that some bridges, once burned, stay burned forever. Let me take you back to where it started. Jake. My younger brother. 3 years younger but always a lifetime behind in responsibility. The screw-up. The golden child who could do no wrong. The one who got second chances while I got expectations. I was the opposite. Civil engineer. 6-figure salary by 29. Bought my house at 26. Married Lisa at 28 after 6 years together. Stable. Successful. Reliable. The son who had everything figured out. Jake was the fun one. The spontaneous one. The one who needed rescuing every few months because he couldn't hold a job or pay rent or act like an adult. And every time, I rescued him. Because that's what big brothers do. Until he helped himself to my wife. It started simple enough. Jake got evicted. Again. 3rd time in 2 years. Lost another job. Couldn't make rent. Showed up at my door on a Tuesday night with 2 trash bags and the pathetic puppy dog look he'd perfected since childhood. Just for a couple weeks, man. Until I get back on my feet. I swear. Lisa said yes before I could process the request. He's family. We have the space. It'll be fine. Family. That word used to mean something. 2 weeks became a month. Then 2 months. Then 4. While I worked 60-hour weeks managing construction projects, Jake was home. Playing video games on my couch. Drinking my beer. Eating my food. Living in my guest room rent-free. And sleeping with my wife in my bed. I found out the stupidest, most painful way possible. Lisa told me she was pregnant. I was thrilled. Ecstatic. We'd been trying for almost a year. Tracking ovulation. Timing everything. Getting frustrated when it didn't happen. I called my parents immediately. Called my friends. Posted on social media. Started looking at cribs and car seats during lunch breaks. Made spreadsheets for baby expenses. Planned the nursery color scheme. 3 days later, Jake and Lisa sat me down in my living room. My living room. My house. My furniture. My couch I'd paid for. We need to talk, Lisa said. Eyes red like she'd been crying. Voice shaking. Hands twisting in her lap. Jake couldn't look at me. Stared at the floor like a kid called to the principal's office. About what? I asked. Still clueless. Still thinking this was about baby plans or Jake finally moving out. The baby, Lisa started. Long pause. Deep breath. It's not yours. I laughed. Actually laughed out loud. Like she'd made a dark joke. What are you talking about? It's Jake's. The room tilted. Everything went sideways for exactly 3 seconds. My vision tunneled. My ears rang. Then everything snapped into perfect, horrible, crystal clear focus. How long? My voice sounded calm. Too calm. Detached. Like I was asking about the weather. 2 months, Jake said. First words out of his mouth. Still couldn't look at me. 2 months. You've been sleeping with my wife for 2 months. In my house. In my bed. While I paid for the roof over both your heads. While I bought the food you ate. While I covered your expenses because you're too incompetent to hold a job. It just happened, Lisa said. Reaching for my hand across the coffee table. I yanked my hand back like she'd burned me. Nothing just happens for 2 months. That's 60 days. 60 days of choices. Of lying to my face. Of betrayal. We didn't mean for this to happen, Jake said. Using his victim voice. The one that always worked on our parents since we were kids. But we fell in love. Real love. We can't help how we feel. Real love, I repeated. You fell in real love with my wife. In my house. While I was at work supporting both of you. I know this is hard, Lisa said. Tears starting. Real tears. But we can't deny our feelings. We tried to fight it. We really did. How long have you been planning to tell me? I asked. We wanted to be sure, Jake said. To know it was real before we hurt you. Before you hurt me. You've been sleeping with my wife for 2 months and you were worried about hurting me? Don't be like that, Lisa said. We're trying to be respectful about this. Respectful? I stood up. Grabbed my keys from the bowl by the door. Grabbed my wallet from the table. Where are you going? Lisa asked. Standing up too. Panic in her voice now. Out. You two figure out where you're going. Because you're not staying here. Come on, man, Jake said. Standing up now. Hands out in that placating gesture. We can talk about this. Work it out. Don't do anything crazy. You have 1 hour to get your stuff and leave. Both of you. After that, I'm calling the cops and reporting trespassing. This is my home too, Lisa said. Voice getting louder. We're married. You can't just kick me out. Watch me. You're being unreasonable, Jake said. We need to talk about this like adults. Adults don't sleep with their brother's wife. Get out. Now. Both of you. 1 hour. I left. Didn't wait for a response. Got in my car. Drove. Ended up at a hotel 20 minutes away. Checked in. Went to the room. Sat on the bed staring at the wall for 2 hours. My brother. My wife. 2 months. Pregnant. The betrayal was so complete, so total, that my brain couldn't process it all at once. It came in waves. Each realization hitting like a fresh punch. They'd been planning this. Coordinating. Lying to my face every single day. While I worked to provide for them. While I trusted them. While I thought I had a brother and a wife. After 2 hours of sitting in silence, I pulled out my phone. Started making calls. First call, divorce lawyer. Best one in the city. 5-star reviews. Expensive as hell. Didn't care. Explained the situation. Adultery. Pregnant with brother's child. Living in my house. Need to move fast. I can file tomorrow morning, she said. This is straightforward. Adultery is still grounds in this state. You'll come out clean. Do it. Whatever it costs. Second call, locksmith. Emergency service. I need every lock in my house changed. Tonight. Right now. I'll pay triple your usual rate. I can be there in an hour. Perfect. Third call, my boss. Family emergency. I need 2 weeks personal leave. I can work remote if absolutely necessary, but I need to not be in the office. Take what you need. Hope everything's okay. It will be. Fourth call, my parents. My mother answered on the second ring. Voice excited. Honey. I just heard the news about the baby. Your father and I are so excited. We're already looking at. Mom. Stop. Jake got Lisa pregnant. They've been sleeping together for 2 months. In my house. In my bed. While I supported both of them financially. I need you to not take his side. Just this once. I need you to have my back. Long silence. Honey. Are you sure? That doesn't sound like Jake. He wouldn't. He admitted it an hour ago. In my living room. After I came home from work and they sat me down to confess. More silence. I could hear her breathing. Heard her say something muffled to my father. Well. We need to hear his side of the story before we jump to conclusions. There are always 2 sides too. I hung up. Sat there staring at my phone. Knew everything I needed to know right there. They were going to choose him. Again. Like they always did. I drove back to my house 4 hours later. It was past midnight. Lisa's car was gone. Jake's stuff was gone from the guest room. Good. Locksmith was waiting in his van. Took him 90 minutes to change every lock. Front door. Back door. Side door. Garage. Everything. Handed me 3 sets of new keys. I paid him $800 in cash. Worth every penny. Went inside. The guest room where Jake had been staying was trashed. Sheets torn off the bed. Garbage on the floor. My beer was gone from the fridge. Half the food was missing. Some of my clothes were missing. They'd taken stuff on their way out. Didn't matter. They were gone. That's all that mattered. I went to my bedroom. Stripped the bed. Every sheet. Every pillowcase. Every blanket. Threw it all in the garage. Would burn it later. Went to the guest room. Did the same thing. Found new sheets in the closet. Made my bed. Took a shower. Long hot shower washing off the feeling of betrayal. Went to bed. Slept alone in my house for the first time in 6 years. Slept better than I had in months. Next morning, my phone exploded. Started at 6 a.m. Calls. Texts. Voicemails. 52 missed calls by the time I woke up at 7 a.m. 107 text messages. From my parents. From Jake. From Lisa. From my aunt. From my uncle. From my grandmother. From cousins I hadn't talked to in 3 years. From Lisa's parents. From my coworkers who somehow heard already. All saying the same basic things. Call us back. We need to talk. Don't do anything rash. Let's work this out as a family. I didn't read any of them. Just started blocking. One by one. Every single number. My mother. Blocked. My father. Blocked. Jake. Blocked. Lisa. Blocked. My aunt. Blocked. My uncle. Blocked. Every single person who'd texted me. Blocked. Took me 20 minutes. By the end, my contacts list was half empty. Then I called my phone carrier. I need to change my number. Today. Right now. May I ask why, sir? Harassment. I need a new number that nobody has. I can do that. New number will be active in 2 hours. Perfect. Called my lawyer with my old number. Gave her my new number. This is the only number I'm reachable at now. Don't give it to anyone. Understood. Called my boss. Gave him my new number. Personal situation. This is my only contact number now. Got it. Called my 3 actual friends. The ones who'd been with me before Lisa. Before Jake's latest failure. Gave them my new number. Family situation. This is my only number now. Don't give it out. They all agreed without asking questions. That's what real friends do. Everyone else? Dead to me. Completely erased. Day 3, my mother showed up at my office. Don't know how she found out where I worked. Maybe she always knew. Never paid attention before. Walked right into the building. Asked for me at reception. Security called my desk. Sir, there's a woman here claiming to be your mother. Says it's urgent. Says it's a family emergency. Tell her to leave. She's crying, sir. She says. I don't care what she says. Tell her to leave the building or you'll call the police. Are you sure? Completely sure. She's not my mother. I don't have a mother. Tell her to leave. They escorted her out. I watched from my 3rd floor window. She stood in the parking lot for 10 minutes. Crying. Looking up at the building. Calling my old number probably. Finally got in her car and left. Felt nothing watching her. Just observation. Like watching a stranger have a breakdown. Day 5, divorce papers were filed. My lawyer was fast. Efficient. Ruthless. Adultery cited. Evidence attached. Photos I'd taken of Jake's stuff in my house with timestamps. Text messages between Lisa and Jake that I'd recovered from our shared phone plan. Timeline of his stay matching her pregnancy timeline. Everything documented. Requested full separation of assets. She got nothing. No house. No alimony. Clean break. Lisa contested. Her lawyer sent back a response. She wanted the house. Wanted spousal support. Claimed she'd sacrificed her career for our marriage. Claimed I was being vindictive and cruel. My lawyer destroyed her in one meeting. Your client committed adultery. With his brother. In the marital home. We have documented evidence. Timeline. Witnesses who can testify to seeing them together. She has no claim to anything. She signs the papers as written or we go to court and make this very public. And she pays our legal fees. Lisa signed the next day. Divorce finalized in 7 weeks. State record, according to my lawyer. Usually takes 6 months minimum. But when you have ironclad evidence and the other party has nothing, it moves fast. Week 2, my father showed up at my house. Late evening. After dark. Knocked on the door for 30 minutes straight. I was inside. Sitting on my couch. Watching TV with the volume up. Could hear him knocking. Calling my name. Begging me to open the door. Son, please. Let's talk about this. Jake feels terrible. Lisa feels terrible. Your mother is devastated. We're family. We can work through this. Don't throw away your whole family over a mistake. A mistake. He called my brother sleeping with my wife for 2 months and getting her pregnant a mistake. After 30 minutes, I texted him from my new number. One message. You were family. Past tense. You chose Jake. Live with that choice. Don't come back here. If you show up again, I'll call the police and have you arrested for trespassing. The knocking stopped. Heard him get in his car. Drive away. Never came back. Week 3, Jake tried calling from a new number. I let it go to voicemail. Curious what he'd say. Bro, come on. Don't do this. Don't throw away our whole relationship over this. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. But I'm your brother. That has to count for something. We grew up together. We're blood. Mom and Dad think you're having a mental breakdown. They're worried about you. Just call them back. Call me. We can work through this. Please. I saved the voicemail. Sent it to my lawyer. Document this. Harassment. Then I blocked the number. Week 4, Lisa tried showing up at my house. Saw her car pull up. Didn't answer the door. She knocked for 20 minutes. Left a letter taped to the door. Took the letter inside. Thought about burning it without reading. But curiosity won. 5 pages. Handwritten. Her handwriting. Explaining everything. How it started innocently. How they tried to resist. How they fell in love. How it was real. How I'd been distant. How I'd been working too much. How she'd been lonely. How Jake was there. How it just happened. Nonsense. All of it. Excuses and justifications and blame shifting. Burned it in my fireplace. Watched it turn to ash. Felt nothing. Week 6, my grandmother called my lawyer's office. Left a message with his secretary. Please tell him his grandmother loves him. Please tell him we want to meet the baby. Please tell him Jake and Lisa need him. Please tell him family is forever. My lawyer called me. Your grandmother left a message. Want me to read it? No. Send a response. My client has no interest in contact with anyone from his former family. Do not contact this office again regarding this matter. You're sure? Completely. Week 7, Lisa had the baby. A boy. Healthy. 7 pounds. They named him after our grandfather. Found out through social media. Someone I'd forgotten to block posted congratulations. Saw the photo. Lisa holding the baby. Jake standing next to her. Smiling. Happy. Playing house with the life they'd stolen. Didn't feel anything looking at the photo. Just observation. Like seeing strangers in a hospital. Blocked that person too. Week 8, my entire extended family had a meeting. Found out about this later through my lawyer. They all got together. Parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmother. 15 people total. Had a whole intervention. About me. Without me there. Decided I was being unreasonable. Holding a grudge. Tearing the family apart. Needed therapy. Needed to forgive. Needed to move forward. They drafted a letter. All signed it. Sent it to my old work email address that I'd forgotten to close. Subject, family intervention and next steps. Body, we've met as a family to discuss the situation with you, Jake, and Lisa. We understand you're hurt. We understand you feel betrayed. But your reaction is disproportionate and destructive. You're tearing this family apart. Jake made a mistake, but he's your brother. Lisa made a mistake, but she was your wife. They're building a life together now. They have a child. We need to move forward as a family. We're requiring you to attend family therapy. We're requiring you to have a mediated conversation with Jake and Lisa. We're requiring you to work toward forgiveness and reconciliation. This is not optional. If you refuse, you're choosing to leave the family. The choice is yours. I read that email 3 times. Got angrier each time. They were requiring me. Giving me ultimatums. Like I was the problem. Like I was the one who'd destroyed everything. I forwarded it to my lawyer. I want restraining orders. Against everyone who signed this. That's 15 people. I don't care. They're harassing me. They're blaming me for reacting to my brother sleeping with my wife. I want legal protection from all of them. You're absolutely certain? This is nuclear. There's no coming back from this. They went nuclear when they had a meeting about me behind my back and decided I need to fall in line. File the orders. She filed that day. Restraining orders granted within a week. All 15 family members. Legally barred from contacting me or coming within 500 feet of my home or workplace. My lawyer sent copies to all of them. Certified mail. With a letter explaining the consequences of violation. My phone exploded that day. Calls from blocked numbers. Voicemails from strangers' phones. All panicking. Begging. Asking if I was serious. I didn't respond to any of them. Let them panic. Let them realize actions have consequences. Month 4, I sold my house. Too many memories. Too contaminated. Every room reminded me of betrayal. Listed it. Sold it in 3 weeks. Cash offer. Below market value. Didn't care. Just wanted it gone. Bought a new place. Other side of town. Better neighborhood. Modern. Clean. Nothing that reminded me of my old life. Moved everything in 1 weekend. Hired movers. They packed. They loaded. They unloaded at the new place. I supervised and pointed. Fresh start. Clean slate. Month 6, my company offered me a promotion. Senior project manager. But it required relocation. Different state. Better pay. Better position. Leadership role. They expected me to think about it. Take time to decide. Weigh the options. I accepted in 5 minutes. When do I start? You need to relocate. That's usually not a problem. I can be there in 2 weeks. My boss looked surprised. You don't want to discuss it with family? Your wife? I'm divorced. No family to discuss with. 2 weeks works perfectly. He nodded. Didn't ask questions. Smart man. Packed everything I owned in 1 week. Hired movers again. They loaded everything into a truck. Drove it to my new city. 8 hours away. Different state. Different life. Didn't tell anyone where I was going. Not my parents. Not Jake. Not Lisa. Not extended family. Just disappeared. Let my lawyer know. Let my new employer know. That was it. Started over. New state. New city. New job. New everything. Year 1 in the new city. Work was good. Great actually. Promoted within 6 months. Senior project manager to director. Bigger team. More responsibility. Significant pay increase. Bought a house. Paid cash. No mortgage. No ties. Just mine. Clean and simple. Started dating. Slowly. Carefully. Women from work. Women from the gym. Women with no connection to my past. Went on bad dates. Boring dates. Awkward dates. Normal part of starting over. Then met Sarah. At a company mixer. She was a tax attorney. Worked for a different firm. We got paired up in some networking exercise. What do you do? She asked. Civil engineering. Project management. You? Tax law. Exciting as it sounds. We laughed. Talked for 2 hours. Exchanged numbers. Got coffee the next day. She was different. Direct. Honest. No games. No pretense. Just straightforward conversation. Third date, she asked about my family. Any siblings? No. Only child. She nodded. Didn't push. Didn't ask follow-up questions. Changed the subject naturally. That's when I knew she was different. She respected boundaries without being told they existed. We kept seeing each other. Once a week. Then twice. Then 3 times. Built something real. Something honest. Something with no lies. 6 months in, I told her everything. The brother. The wife. The affair. The pregnancy. The family meeting. The restraining orders. The relocation. All of it. She listened without interrupting. Didn't judge. Didn't try to fix anything. Just listened. When I finished, she said, "That's brutal. I'm sorry that happened to you. Not you should forgive them. Not family is family. Not everyone makes mistakes. Just acknowledgement. Just support. Want to know something?" She said. "I'm divorced too. My ex cheated. With my best friend. I cut them both off. Haven't spoken to either in 3 years. So I get it. No desire to reconcile? None. They made choices. I made choices. We all live with them." That's when I knew I'd found someone who understood. Year 2 in the new city. Sarah and I moved in together. Her idea. I'm tired of having 2 apartments. Let's just pick one. We picked my house. Bigger. Better location. She brought her dog. I got a cat to keep the dog company. We became a unit. My lawyer called one afternoon. "Your brother found my office. Sent a letter requesting contact. Says he's in therapy. Says he's changed. Says Lisa left him and he needs family support. Tell him no. He says the baby has medical issues. They need family medical history. Medical records are public through the right channels. He doesn't need me for that. Tell him no contact. If he persists, I'll file harassment charges." Understood. Just wanted to inform you. Appreciate it. Hung up. Told Sarah about it that night. Jake tried to contact me through my lawyer. "What did you say?" "No." "Good. You don't owe him anything. His kid apparently has medical issues. Wanted family history. There are legal ways to get that without contacting you." That's what I figured. She kissed me. "I'm proud of you. For holding your boundaries. That's what a real partner does. Supports. Doesn't push. Respects your choices." Year 3 in the new city. Sarah and I got married. City Hall wedding. 2 friends as witnesses. She wore a simple dress. I wore a suit. Judge performed the ceremony. 10 minutes total. Went to dinner after. Celebrated with wine and steaks. Went home. Watched a movie. Went to bed. Perfect day. No family drama. No obligations. No expectations. Just us. Her parents asked a few days later why they weren't invited. Called her up. "Honey, we saw you got married. We're happy for you, but why weren't we there? We wanted it just us. Small and private. Hope you understand." Silence for a moment. Then her father, "We understand. Congratulations to both of you. We're happy for you. Can we take you to dinner to celebrate?" "That would be great." That's what normal families do. They respect choices. They move on. They don't demand explanations or guilt trip you. They took us to dinner that weekend. Brought gifts. Congratulated us. Asked about our plans. Normal conversation. No drama. I watched Sarah interact with her parents. Saw what healthy family dynamics look like. Boundaries respected. Love without conditions. Support without manipulation. Realized I'd never had that. Not once in my entire life. Year 4 in the new city. My mother died. Heart attack. Sudden. She was 62. Found out through an online obituary. Someone at work saw it. Hey, your last name is Morrison, right? Saw an obituary for a Morrison family. Any relation? No. Different family. Common last name. Ah. Gotcha. Went back to work. Didn't think about it. Until my lawyer called an hour later. Your father tried contacting my office. Left multiple voicemails. Says your mother passed away. Says her last wish was to see you. Says the funeral is in 3 days. Wants to know if you'll attend. No. You're certain? Completely certain. He says your mother spent her last years heartbroken over losing you. She spent her last years defending my brother for sleeping with my wife. She made her choice. I'm not responsible for her feelings about consequences. Understood. I'll communicate your decision. Didn't go to the funeral. Didn't send flowers. Didn't send a card. Didn't acknowledge it at all. Found out later through an old college friend who still lived in my hometown. He'd been at the funeral. Sent me a message. Hey man. Know you're not in contact with family but thought you should know. Your mom's funeral was today. Huge turnout. Your dad barely holding it together. Jake gave a speech about family and forgiveness. They all talked about how your mother died heartbroken because her oldest son abandoned the family. You were the villain in every story. Just thought you should know what they're saying. I read it. Didn't respond. Didn't need to. They'd rewritten history. Made themselves the victims. Made me the villain. Fine by me. I knew the truth. That was enough. Week after the funeral, my father tried reaching out through my employer. HR called me into a meeting. We received a call from someone claiming to be your father. Says your mother passed away. Says her dying wish was for you to reconcile with the family. He's requesting we facilitate a meeting between you and him here at the office. No. He has a restraining order against him. He's not allowed to contact me or my workplace. If he calls here again, I'll file harassment charges. Please document this conversation. We've already told him we can't help. Just wanted to make you aware. Appreciate it. My father never called my work again. But he started leaving voicemails at my lawyer's office. Dozens of them. Rambling messages about regret and loss and how my mother died heartbroken. How I destroyed the family. How I was breaking his heart too. My lawyer stopped listening after the first 5. Just saved them all in a file. In case we need evidence of continued harassment. Month 3 after my mother's death, Sarah got pregnant. We hadn't been trying. Weren't preventing either. Just living our lives. But it happened. Told her parents first. They cried happy tears. Immediately started talking about being grandparents. Buying gifts. Planning a nursery. Supportive. Excited. Present. Told my friends. They celebrated. Threw us a surprise shower. Showed up with gifts and food and love. No one from my blood family knew. Didn't tell them. Didn't want them to know. They weren't part of this life. This was clean. This was mine. Our daughter was born in September. Healthy. Perfect. 8 pounds. Sarah's eyes. My nose according to everyone. We named her Emma. After Sarah's grandmother who'd passed away 5 years earlier. I held her in the hospital. This tiny person. Mine. Ours. Part of something real and honest and good. Realized I'd built something completely new. A family with no betrayal. No lies. No dysfunction. Just love and choice and boundaries. When Emma was 4 months old, something happened. Jake found me. Don't know how. Private investigator probably. Must have cost him everything he had. But he found me. Showed up at my office building. Walked right up to the security desk. Asked for me by name. Security called my desk. Sir, there's a man here asking for you. Claims to be your brother. Should we send him up? No. He has a restraining order. He's not allowed within 500 feet of this building. Call the police. Understood. We'll handle it. I didn't go down. Didn't look. Just kept working while security dealt with it. Police arrived within 10 minutes. Jake was arrested. Charged with violating a protective order. Spent the night in jail. Court date set for 2 weeks later. I didn't attend. My lawyer handled it. Judge reviewed the case. Saw the restraining order. Saw Jake's violation. Extended the order another 5 years. Fined Jake $10,000. Told him next violation would result in prison time. That night, I got an email. New address. Never seen it before. Somehow got through my spam filters. Subject, please read this. Almost deleted it immediately. But But something made me open it. I know I don't deserve your time. I know I destroyed you. I know you hate me. But I need to tell you what's happened. Lisa left me 18 months ago. Took our son. I get supervised visits twice a month for 2 hours. She blames me for everything. For ruining her life. For destroying her marriage to you. For costing her your family. For costing her everything. Mom died hating me. She spent her last 2 years telling me I destroyed the family. That I killed her relationship with you. That it was my fault. Dad doesn't talk to me anymore. Hasn't spoken to me in 6 months. Blames me for Mom's death. Says the stress of losing you killed her. I lost my job. Lost my apartment. I'm living in Dad's basement. Can't afford anything else. Going to therapy 4 times a week. Trying to understand why I destroyed my brother for a woman who doesn't even want me anymore. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I'm just asking you to know that I'm sorry. That I think about what I did every single day. That I wish I could go back and undo it all. That I wish I'd been a better brother. I know you won't respond. I know you blocked me everywhere. I know there's a restraining order. I know I'm not supposed to contact you. But I needed you to know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jake. I read that email 3 times. Then I forwarded it to my lawyer. He violated the restraining order again. Digital contact counts. File charges immediately. She called me within an hour. You're sure about this? The email sounds like he's genuinely suffering. Like he's hit rock bottom. He should suffer. He earned it. He destroyed my marriage. My family. My life. Now he's living with the consequences of his choices. Just like I lived with mine. File the charges. Understood. Jake was arrested again. This time he got 30 days in jail. Restraining order extended another 10 years. I felt nothing reading the court documents. No satisfaction. No vindication. No sympathy. Just completion. Just consequences delivered as promised. Year 5 in the new city. Present day. I'm 38 years old now. Have a wife who loves me unconditionally. A daughter who lights up when I walk into the room. In-laws who treat me like their own son. Friends who show up without being asked. Career I'm proud of. Director level. Leading multiple teams. Making 3 times what I made before all this started. House I own outright. Financial security. Investments. Savings. Peace. And somewhere, 3 states away, my father is alone in his house. My brother is in and out of jail for violating restraining orders. My ex-wife is raising a son by herself in the wreckage of choices she made. They wanted me to be the bigger person. To forgive. To prioritize their comfort over my pain. To pretend betrayal was just a mistake that could be swept under the rug. I chose something better. I chose myself. I chose peace. I chose a life without people who thought loyalty was optional and betrayal was forgivable. People ask me sometimes if I regret it. If I think about reconciling. If I miss my family. The answer is always the same. No. I don't miss the guilt trips. The manipulation. The golden child treatment Jake always got. The expectation that I'd swallow any betrayal with a smile because family comes first. I don't miss being the stable one while Jake got to be reckless. The responsible one while he got to be selfish. The bigger person while everyone else got to be small and petty and cruel. I don't miss sacrificing my dignity on the altar of keeping the peace. I don't miss pretending everything was fine while I was dying inside. What I have now is better. So much better. A family I chose. People who chose me back. Built on respect and boundaries and mutual support and actual love that doesn't come with conditions. Sarah knows everything and stands by me. Her parents know everything and support me. My friends know everything and respect my choices. Emma will grow up seeing what healthy boundaries look like. What self-respect looks like. What it means to choose yourself when everyone else demands you choose them. That's my legacy. Not the family I cut off. Not the brother who betrayed me. Not the wife who destroyed our marriage. The family I created from nothing. The life I built in the ashes of the old one. And it's enough. It's more than enough. It's everything. If you're reading this and someone's telling you to forgive what broke you, to be the bigger person, to let it go for family's sake, you don't have to. You can choose yourself. You can walk away. You can cut off people who chose your betrayer over you. You can build something better in the ashes. You can create a family that actually deserves you. My brother got my wife pregnant. My family chose him over me. They demanded I forgive them and move on and be the bigger person. So I erased every single one of them. Sent one text and blocked them forever. Changed my number. Moved states. Changed my name. Got restraining orders. Built a new life where they don't exist. 5 years later, they're still trying to reach me. Through lawyers. Through restraining order violations. Through emails and letters and desperate attempts at contact. And I'm still not listening. Still not responding. Still not giving them what they want. Because I learned something important 5 years ago. Silence isn't cruel. Silence is self-preservation. And sometimes the only way to heal is to cut out the infection completely. Even when the infection is your own blood. They made their choices. I made mine. We all live with the consequences. The difference is, my consequences look like peace. Like love. Like a family that actually functions. Like a daughter who will never know what it's like to be betrayed by the people who are supposed to protect you. And theirs look like regret. Like isolation. Like living with the knowledge that their choices cost them everything that mattered. That's not my fault. That's not my responsibility. That's just cause and effect. And I've never looked back.